Hello, everyone. Father Norm Douglas here, having another conversation. I guess it's one-way conversation, me sharing with you, but you're being open to listening. Some of you may know lots has happened since I had met with people through this means a couple weeks ago. 12 days ago, actually, I had a total right shoulder replacement. That's why I've got this sling on, and the first time I've ever had to wear that, and obviously trying to help me in recuperation. And eventually, with some physical therapy and taking the necessary steps to get back to maybe I won't be able to have full use of my arm for something major, but I'll be able to use it for everyday circumstances. People ask me, some who heard that I had a shoulder replacement, and they said, well, gee, did you have an injury in high school or college? Did you play baseball? How about football? Something like that. I said, no. I said, some of my friends, because of that, they're playing, they had some sort of injury they had to take care of years later, but not me. I think I've mentioned before, I was just on the debate team and never, my tongue has had no problems in all those years. I can tell you this, though, all of you know I'm a Catholic priest. I preach regularly, and those who've seen me preach, I tend to be exuberant, and I tend to move my arms a lot, including my right arm. Well, I won't be moving that so much now, but I'm thinking, hey, all that exuberant right arm movement may have had an effect over the long haul. Actually, there was some arthritic condition there, and they recognized the best thing to do was a total shoulder replacement. Some people have said, lovingly, of course, that, gee, Father Norm, maybe you should have had a total brain replacement. I don't know if we're ever going to come to that, but I'm happy to keep my brain as it is, even though as it gets older, it's not quite as alert and attentive as it used to be, but it's all good. I know this aging process is difficult. I'm 73, and this is the first time I've had to deal with this, but so be it. Part of that aging is to recognize that we're not immortal, that we are people who have frailties and limitations. And, when I'm 25, I think I can conquer the world. At 73, I realize, well, help me just to do a little bit every day to make more of a difference and to do it out of my weakness and sharing those and just not out of strength. Hey, I want to share with you another thing anyway. This is coming into Thanksgiving. And boy, I'm sure it's a difficult time for a lot of folks to be thankful. And I know even for me, I guess I wasn't thankful 12 days ago when I was under the knife. And I wasn't thankful those first few days when the pain was real. And I wasn't thankful the next few days when it was difficult for me with my digestive tract and everything going on there, although eventually got that back to normal order. At the same time, recognizing, and it was easier said than done on those various days, that, hey, a lot to be thankful for. The very gift of life, the gift of the many people who pray for me, bless me, the gift of what we have in this nation, even with all the pandemic, the gift even, and for some, this is the ultimate hope that they lose a loved one or aging and becoming frail or someone they know has died, that gift of believing that in eternal life, that gift of believing, as I've mentioned many times before, that love is stronger than death. Hey, I want to share a story here that I've shared before about Thanksgiving that I've shared in homilies at Mass, but share it here. I think it's appropriate. A lot of you know that my mom raised me as a single parent. I was an only child. And my mom became very ill. She had cancer. The last year of her life, she was dealing with cancer and herself becoming more frail. That was 23 years ago. And I remember Thanksgiving of that year of 1996. I realized that just possibly that would be my last Thanksgiving with my mom. Just the two of us. She lived in the rectory with me. And so I wanted to make it special. I wanted to find out. I knew I was going to need a help. I'm no cook, but finding out that I can get the best turkey dinner and trimmings and all of that, and my mom and me be able to share this wonderful meal. I wasn't going to say to her it was her last. She knew she was fading, and but still to make it special. So when I told her that, all excited, hey, where do you want to get? What's your favorite, recipe or meal for Thanksgiving? She said, Norman. Of course, that's how she called me. She said, Norman, all I want for Thanksgiving Day is a McDonald's cheeseburger. I said, "Oh, Ma, you must want something more than that. There's so many other things you could have, because I was thinking, hey, buy her a cheeseburger. That for our last Thanksgiving together, that just didn't seem to make it for me." And I tried to convince her, and she was very stalwart. She may have been frail, but she could be stubborn in a good way. And she said, all I want is a cheeseburger, and we can have this meal together in the rectory. She said, by the way, get me McDonald's coffee. By the way, mentioning McDonald's, I'm not getting any payback for all of this. This was what my mother wanted. So the day came, I got the cheeseburger and I got the coffee. I ate one, I had one with her. It was just the two of us in the rectory. Back then I was pastor at St. Martha. Everybody else was off for the holiday. And so we were eating the meal, and I was still kind of grumpy internally. I didn't show it, but I was thinking, oh man, I wanted this to be something special, something good, just a wonderful meal. And and so I kind of said to my mom, I said, Mom, how is this for you? And then she said to me, and it surprised me and it put me in my place in the best sense possible. She said, oh, she said, this is just my best Thanksgiving. And I thought, hamburgers, cheeseburgers? And then she said, yes. I said, Mom, what's making it so special? She said, well, it's just the two of us here together. The doorbell's not ringing, people aren't phoning, you're not getting interrupted. We're here at a table, kitchen table, sharing a meal. And she said, and I could tear up now, you've been my entire life and raising you. And so, she just was very appreciative. And wow, wow, did that touch my heart and my soul? Because I had been grumpy. I had missed the whole point of Thanksgiving anytime, especially this celebration. We know, particularly now more than ever, and it hit me, it isn't first of all about the food. It isn't. Some turkeys will be bigger this year, there'll be less people, but it isn't first of all about the delicacy or the dessert. Hey, it's great to have all of that. But we know it. What she was telling me then, and I needed to hear it, and I've shared it but forgotten it, that what matters most on Thanksgiving is the relationships, who we are with and for each other. She was glad that the two of us weren't interrupted, that we could share in a real heart to heart kind of way, as mother and son, as we had done through the years. Wow, what I thought was going to be the worst Thanksgiving of my life. And my mom did die several months later. I look back and I even realized at that time was the best Thanksgiving of my life. So here we are dealing with all these situations. And remember, it's relationship. But I know part of it is difficult now because people can't maybe be together, maybe by phone, maybe by Zoom or some other way. But again, maybe also if this time we can't be together in exactly the same way, to remember, you know what? I need to appreciate that. So often I took my mother for granted. She's there, I knew she wouldn't be there longer, but still remembering, hey, every day is precious gift. Every person is precious relationship. So let's remember that this holiday, holy day weekend, and be deeply thankful that our God made us with a capacity for love, gave us just the life we have as ultimate blessing, and meant to share with one another and find our deepest joys together with each other and a God who brings us together in love and shows us that love is forever. Take a moment and see right now, what do you maybe need to give thanks for? If you've gotten this before your Thanksgiving meal or even afterward, think of asking other people or having a chance just to talk about what you are thankful for. Thanks for listening. Went a little bit longer here. God bless you. May we all be about not only Thanksgiving, but thanks living every day of our lives. Take care. We'll talk soon as I'm on the road to recovery.